1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I don't know if this microphone works. We will surely find out. I have no idea whether I'm live or not. Hello, I guess we are. I don't know if my microphone sounds good or whether I had a trouble a while. I've not done a live stream in ages. I had a trouble with the cable last time. I did buy another one. Hopefully it sounds good. It works. Okay, that's a good sign. Excellent. Well, hello. So I just thought I'd do a live stream. I've not done one in ages. Greetings from Chile. Hello. What's up, brother? How are you? I'm okay, thank you. I just my little nephew, he's just passed his 11 plus exam, which means he can get to go to a grammar school that he wanted to go to. So that's good. And the family celebrated. We went to Pizza Hut and we ordered pizzas. I had a margarita and I'm absolutely stuffed. I had a vegan cheesecake afterwards and I feel bloated. I'm like, bleh. But it was very nice. It was a nice pizza and the cheesecake was good. I've got a ton of samples next to me. You can't see it, but I've got a drawer here that's just filled with samples. So I thought I would just, because I've not reviewed most of them, they just sit in my drawer. I thought I'd just pull them out and have a smell and, hang out with people. So that's the plan. I am going to pull a selection. I think these ones are Andy Tower. I think we talked about Andy Tower before. Hello. Hey Lily. Hey Tracy. Yes, it's been ages since I did a live stream. I don't remember the last time. It was a long time ago. So yeah. I just got back from Pizza Hut. I've just said it 2 seconds ago, but there's new people in already. My little nephew just passed his 11 plus exam, so he gets to go to a nice grammar school, which is cool. So the family celebrated, and we all went to Pizza Hut. And now I feel a little bit sick because I ate too much. So I had a big margarita pizza, a vegan cheesecake, and a couple of refills of Pepsi and Fanta and cream soda, and now I feel ill. But all good. Okay. I don't know what to smell first. These samples that we're going to pull out were sent to me, I think, by Tammy a long time ago. I think Tammy sent me these. She sent me a big bag full of various samples, and I have been a bit useless and I have not smelled them. Considering it was sent to me maybe 2 years ago, or maybe longer. I get a bit overwhelmed when I have a lot of samples. I've got hundreds and hundreds of them, and then they get kind of put in a drawer. And then when they're in a drawer, you kind of forget about them, and then they kind of get left. And that's the situation I'm in. So I thought, well, I can pull them out tonight and maybe organise the drawer a little bit better, because it's a complete mess. It's just like everywhere. I won't show you the chaos. I purchased a soda stream, so I've got sparkly fizzy water. Okay, so this one, Jardin. Oh my god, how do you pronounce these names? I can't speak French. Jardin de Écriviance. It's called George anyway. That I can pronounce that. George, there you go, and that's the brand name. No idea. I've never heard of the brand before. Maybe someone else has. I know nothing about them, literally nothing. Oh, that's nice. It says the notes on the inside, which is handy. neroli, bergamot, heliotrope, coffee, tobacco, musk, and Peru balsam in French, and myrrh. Oh, it says the English. Oh, cool. White musk. Okay. It says it in French and English. I want to see the chaos and then dream about organising it. That's a bit weird. Hold on. How do I... There you go. That is just a drawer full of samples. As you can tell, it is in need of some organisation. It kind of just got worse as time went on. So, so I'm going to empty it, smell it, and then maybe attempt to put it back in a way that's not completely messy. He's not 6 anymore. He's 10, I think. I'm useless with people's ages and birthdays. I forget people's birthdays. I don't even remember my own family's birthdays. And I can't remember people's ages. I'm pretty sure he's 10. But yeah, just passed his 11 plus, which is very good. He's an intelligent young chap. When I go to a store and something are out of place, I will be there and put where things are meant to be. I kind of do that too, to be fair. Hello, Lord Carl. Yeah, if something is like a picture is like wonky, then I'll want to unwonkify it. So I get the appeal. It's kind of like an itch. You see something out of place and it's like an itch and you got to kind of scratch it, but the only way to scratch it is to move it back into a position that's pleasing to the eye. Okay, so this one is called George. Okay. This is very soapy, like very, very soapy. This is like a block of neroli soap. It's kind of white musk neroli soap-esque. I don't get why it's called George. There must be a reason for it. It's called George. Okay, so that's what we're smelling. There's something a little bit dirty in it. Let me look at the notes. What's dirty in here? Oh, maybe it's the coffee note. Maybe it's the way that... interesting. So my first thought was like, this is like neroli soap and a bit cloying and a bit synthetic smelling. There's some kind of darker, deeper kind of dark note behind it, which I'm presuming is maybe the coffee tobacco note. You know, I get a hint of that Peru balsam, just a little bit. When you smell like raw Peru balsam, there's something in it that's a little bit... I've used it myself, I've got a big jar of it. But there's how would I describe it? There can be a slight medicinal quality to it. Like a side note of it is like a little bit like plasters, like on a wound, like antiseptic cream and plaster. It's got a hint of that kind of, as well as being this thick kind of gloopy resinousy thing. It's also got kind of an undertone of plasters and bandages. And this has got a little bit of that going on. There's a Nish brand in France. Okay. I'm not familiar with the brand at all. I have not tried any from Vogue apart from the liter. I need to. I should buy some samples. I heard good things. I just never got around to buying things. To be honest, I've got so much stuff, so many samples. This one, I'll be honest, isn't my... I'm not fond of this one. I wouldn't say it's bad. It's not doing much for me. You get kind of this neroli clean, musky bar of soap smell, but with just odd kind of notes behind it, like the Peru balsam having that kind of medicinal touch, and the kind of the almost bitterness of coffee and the tobacco giving it kind of a darker tone. It's an odd mix, I would say, because the neroli is very clean, floral, soapy smelling, and the way that it goes with the kind of a slight astringent bitter coffee with a more darker kind of tobacco, and then this kind of medicinal Peru balsam is just kind of an odd combination. I mean, I'm only smelling it from a dabber stick as a first impression, so take this with a pinch of salt. It might progress on skin wonderfully. This is very light-hearted. I'm just smelling what's around in my drawer. I'd have to test that on skin, but from a first impression, from just having a whiff, it's a little odd, I would say. It might be better on skin. I'd have to give that a wearing and kind of brave seeing whether I would like it or not. Let me hydrate, as Rich Mitch would say. I do like soda water. It's much nicer than regular water. George is named after George Sand, a pen name for a French novelist. Thank you. You are my little researcher, providing the knowledge. I think it would be cool to see you take same with the new Arish Lador. Well, Russian Adam did reach out to me on Instagram, was like, hello, would you like to have a sample set sent your way? And I said, yes, please. That sounds great. It hasn't arrived. That was a little while ago. I'm presuming it's on the way, unless he's forgot. But Russian Adam did reach out to me personally and offer to send me the sample set of the new, is it the new Attar collection? I'm presuming it's on its way. It might take a little while if it's coming from, I don't know where he lives at the moment, Thailand, Indonesia. I think he moved to Indonesia. I might be wrong. But it might take a little while to get here, so I'm presuming it was sent. I didn't hear anything since. It's always interesting smelling a Rouge Lador. They're not always my personal taste, but I always enjoy checking them out. They're always kind of interesting. I keep meaning to sample the Rose Amouage you have. Yeah, Lyric Man, I would say, is my favourite. Lyric Woman is good too, but Lyric Man is totally unisex. In fact, I'm wearing it tonight. Before I went to Pizza Hut with the family, I sprayed on Lyric Man. I can still smell it. It's definitely unisex. A woman would smell great with Lyric Man. It's a shame that it's called Lyric Man, because I'd imagine it puts women off buying it or trying it even. But I would say if you're a woman, definitely try and smell it next time you see it in a store. It's easily unisex. It's ridiculous that it's marketed to men. Lilypedia. That was brilliant. Yes. I went to sparkling waters and seldom like regular water now. Yeah, it kind of ruins you, to be honest. I kind of want some more now. It's satisfying having the bubbles. Yeah, it kind of I miss it when the gas cylinder runs out and then I have to go back to regular water. It's not quite as good. How are you today? Hello. I'm doing okay, thank you very much. Russian Adam said he was in Indonesia on Ramsey's stream. I thought so. Yeah, he was in Thailand and then moved to Indonesia, is my understanding. I think women are more likely to disregard gender labels for fragrances. Probably true. Probably. So the next fragrance we're going to have a sniff of, we've just smelled George by Nish, French perfume house that I cannot pronounce. Jardin de écrivain. How do you say that? De écrivains, vines, d'écrivains. No idea. I failed French at school. I got grade F in GCSE French. F stands for fail, by the way. So don't expect much from me when it comes to pronouncing these French names. The next one is called Mallow. I can pronounce that, I think. Hello, how are you? I am okay, thank you. How are you? Where can I buy scent for candles or soap? I have never made scented candles or scented soap. You can use essential oils. You could use synthetics. If you're in America, I would suggest somewhere like Perfumer's Apprentice. And buy some little quantities. You can have some experiments. If you just Google how to make scented candles, there's loads of tutorials of like hobby people at home doing it. And you could just make a simple blend out of essential oil. And why has it gone blurry? Hello? Blur blur. There we go. Focus. I don't know what happened there. Oh, Lily's teaching me how to speak French. Von, van, voon, étrivon. Is that right? Étrivon. Jardin, étrivon. It'll do. Okay, so this one, Mallow, and this one says tuberose, osmanthus, elm, myrrh, dried flowers. That's interesting. You don't have to see dried flowers listed on a note list. Dried flowers specifically. That's interesting. Okay, I'm curious. Oak moss, labdanum, tonkin musk, and leather. Okay. Well, this sounds like it will be interesting. Whoa, that is something. Look at the color. That's a good color. Wow. Okay. Jesus, I kind of want to sneeze. Ah. That's very evenly mixed. Like, I can pick out a lot of those notes. The osmanthus immediately. I get the elm immediately. You get kind of this kind of soft, kind of like worn in soft brown leather in the background. You can get the florals. You get the elm. That kind of elm is interesting. It's like I don't even really quite know how to describe it. It's like a resinousy. How would you describe it? Slightly sweet, resinousy, but green. It's got an unusual green kind of quality to the. It's really unique. You'd have to kind of smell it, but it's green, resinousy, and sweet, and there's something odd about it in a nice way. It's a pleasant, nice smelling material. But this has got all sorts going on. You kind of get a little bit of the tuberose, kind of the more fleshy floral. Slightly sweet. There's a slightly incensey kind of quality, but there is myrrh listed. Obviously, elemi. I don't mind that. That's quite interesting. I would I would wear that on skin and test it out and probably do like a little maybe first impression video. This is not a serious live stream in terms of like I'm not giving you solid opinions of, you know, this is like I have a drawer of samples of hundreds of samples. I've pulled them out and I'm just having a chit chat and a sniff. So light-hearted, you know. Yeah, that one I would wear on skin. I might put that one aside. It smells unisex. It's interesting. I like the kind of slightly more resinousy, incensey quality to it, and the way that that blends with the florals is quite nice. Because you can smell the floral, you can smell the osmanthus slightly fruity, kind of fleshy, the tuberose without being, it's not animalic. Some tuberose can go a little bit stinky, animalic, kind of a bit funky. This doesn't have a particular funk. The incense-like quality is quite nice. I wonder if the moss part of it is going to give this kind of soft texture to it. That's interesting. I don't mind that one. That one, Mallow. That one, yeah. I think I'll put that on skin. This George, I don't think I would. I'm not keen on that one. But this one, Mallow, that's not bad. Not bad. I may put that one to one side, and I might wear that. See how it goes. Okay, so these ones, I have a little set here. I don't know how to. Esteban. Okay, that's not too deep. I was gonna say I don't know how to pronounce the names, but that's fine. I can pronounce that. Esteban. Esteban Paris Parfums, and very simple. One says Tonka. One says Cedar. One says Amber Orient. One says Ambre. One says Bois Plume. Are you keen on anything? Lol, I'm joking. Well, I am a little bit fussy. I can't deny it. I am probably known for my fussiness. But what can you do? Okay, so the first one is by Esteban Paris Parfums, and it's called Tonka. That's the little thingamajig. I have no experience with this perfume brand at all. So my stomach keeps making all sorts of noises. Apologies if you can hear it. I have stuffed myself with Pizza Hut, and I feel bloated, so I think my stomach is like trying to digest everything that's crammed in there. Okay, so Tonka. It doesn't say anything in oh no, it does. Woody spicy elegance of a tonka bean sandalwood harmony. There you go. Tonka bean and sandalwood. Have some peppermint tea. I don't have peppermint tea. I don't drink tea. Oh dear. I got it in my face there. This is very light. Kind of musky. Musk isn't. Oh no, I just put it on my nostril. Oh, I'm buggered. That's it. Game over. Game over. I'm finished. That just touched my inside of my nose. I'm screwed now. This is all I'm going to smell. I have contaminated my nostril. It's very light. This is not a heavy perfume. It's almost like a cologne, like a really super light. Not heavy on the Tonka at all. I get more of a musky, woody kind of soft. I don't know what to say in terms of. It doesn't smell particularly natural. It smells like a musky, a vaguely musky kind of woody, not particularly sweet. I don't know. Maybe it's old. Maybe it's kind of. I If I had a bottle of that, I would be bitterly disappointed. I'll put it that way. It's not. It's not. It just doesn't smell of much. I don't quite know what else to say. I don't know when it. How old is it? Maybe it's just old. Possibly. But not much is going on there. I can't really give you much feedback. Hello, FragranceView. Hello. Do you know of any cheap clone of Tom Ford Oud Wood? I absolutely love Oud Wood, but it's too expensive and weak. I don't personally. But if you go on YouTube and you type in Tom Ford Oud Wood clone, you will find plenty, I'm sure. I'd imagine Stephen from Redolescence has probably got a video on that. I'd guess. Oh, thank you very much. 108. Sacred number. Thank you, Lily. Cheers to you. Oh, here we go. You got a recommendation. Mason Alhambra Woody Oud. There you go. Have you seen my new flute, by the way? I got a Native American flute. It's rather nice. It's made out of oh no, I can't remember. What is it made out of? I've forgotten. I can't remember what the wood is. It's something. It's made of wood. What is it made out of? Is anyone good with wood? What does that look like? If I heard the name, I'd remember, but I can't remember what the wood is. How do you clean those flutes? Well, this one, that it's hard to explain. This isn't okay. How do I explain this? Okay, so this part of the flute, this bit, is one chamber, and it stops here. The chamber stops there, and then there's a gap at the top where it goes into the next chamber. So it hits and then goes up and then goes down into the next chamber, and then you've got this. So for cleaning that, you can just shove a rag in there and do that, and that's fine. With that end, you kind of need a brush and shove it all the way down and pull it back out again. Hello, downtown. It's not bamboo, no. It's definitely not bamboo. I can't remember what wood it is. Oh, is it walnut? It might be walnut. It's definitely not pine. I think it's walnut. I think. Walnut? Does that sound right? Is it a walnut flute? I should know, but I forgot. It's nice anyway. Okay, so the next one is Esteban Cedar. So we can imagine it's probably cedarwood influenced. Okay, so this reads, woody presence of cedar from an original rock rose cinnamon mirage. Mirage. Come on, Peter. Marriage. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Jesus. I'm saying that because I've got a picture of Jesus on the wall next to Shiva, obviously. Okay. These are what strength is this? Does it say? These are like cologne strength. I mean, they smell weak. It doesn't say on the thing. I have no idea. They don't smell strong at all. Neither of these do. God, I can't. What's the point in these? It's just ridiculous. There's not even a stick on it. Shiva and Jesus are best friends. I agree. Okay, this is stronger than the last one. That Tonka is really weak. You can smell this, but I'm struggling what to say. It's like, yeah, you get kind of a woody, cedary vibe, and it's maybe slightly spiced. But it smells a little bit like, it's more like what would you get in a candle from the supermarket. It's not. It doesn't smell like that interesting of a perfume. It's more of a room scent or a candle smell. Does that make sense? I mean, if that was a candle and you were burning a candle and it was like making the room smell nice, that would be great. But as a perfume to wear, I don't think so. Um, that would be better in a candle, or a room spray or something like that. But yeah, as a perfume, I'm not feeling it. I have another new flute as well. This one. My original penny whistle, I upgraded it to this penny whistle, and this was really expensive. It was a bit ridiculous, to be honest, but all the fancy whistle players use it. It's by a guy called Colin Goldie. This was more expensive than my acoustic guitar. I was like, yeah. To be fair, I'm not a flute player. I was watching Star Trek, and there's an episode where Patrick Stewart, who plays Captain Picard, it's quite an interesting plot line. They see this probe in space, and he gets kind of knocked out by a beam of light and collapses to the floor. And he kind of opens his eyes, but when he opens his eyes, he's not on the Enterprise anymore. He's not on the starship. He's in a room. He's in a living room with a woman looking at him who says, "Hi, dear," and he's like, "Who are you?" and it's his wife in this other world, and he's basically in his same looking. The body looks the same. It still looks like him, but he's no idea who the hell he is. He's got a different name on a different planet. The Inner Light, and he learns a flute that looks kind of similar to this, actually. His had a bit of string here, and I think his was copper coloured. But that tune was beautiful, like really beautiful, and I was like, what's that played on? And apparently it's played on one of these, an Irish tin whistle. So I bought one, and I learned that piece of music just because it's nice. Favourite Star Trek character? I used to not like Star Trek up until when did I start watching it? 2 months ago, something like that. I thought I'll give it a go. So I ended up watching The Next Generation. Is that right? Yeah, The Next Generation, and I kind of got into it. And then after like the first season, I was like, I kind of like it. I like the characters. You kind of become fond of the characters in it. And then I ended up watching every single season, the entire thing. Like, I think it was 7 seasons. I watched every episode of every season within like a month. Basically binged watched it. And I would say my favourite character from The Next Generation. Who would I say? I'm not sure. I like a lot of them. I like Tom. Is it called Tom Perry? See, I can't remember it now because afterwards I watched Voyager, and so my head's filled with Voyager. Was Tom in Voyager? Am I getting confused? Tom's in Voyager, isn't he? Oh Jesus, he is. I'm getting totally confused. Let me remember. Let me remember Next Generation. So there's Worf, the Klingon. Geordie with the visors. Okay, yeah. I'm getting cross contaminated here. I'm remembering wrong characters from the wrong series. I'm not a Trekkie. Okay, Voyager. I don't know who my favourite character was in Voyager. To be honest. Uh, hmm. I mean, I kind of like Captain Picard, to be honest. Patrick Stewart, I think, does a good job. And I like that he's kind of closed off and quiet. At the same time, he starts to open up. Like, eventually I think at the end of it, the crew play poker. That's a running thing through the series, is they play poker with each other in one of the rooms, and at the end the captain joins in and plays poker with them, and you kind of see him unfolding and developing more relationship with the crew rather than just being the captain, and I think that's quite nice. Q was an interesting character, bit of an arse. When I think of, like, because he's like an omniscient kind of godlike being, like he can just click his fingers and he's poof, and he can make things appear and disappear and move you across galaxies and like change the fundamental structure of space, and he's essentially godlike. Yet he's a spoiled brat and rude and inconsiderate and selfish, and it's like everything would be like massive ego, and I'm thinking, how does that work with an omniscient godlike being? It just doesn't fit together. So it's a contradictory, interesting character for sure, and it's entertaining. So Q's quite fascinating, just because of the juxtaposition of the power that he has, yet he's like a child, but he's a fully grown man and he's been alive for billions of years because he's immortal. But it was interesting. Hello, Kyle. How you doing, my friend? But Voyager, I think I ended up... See, I started watching Voyager. This is weird. I started watching the last... Because after the Next Generation, I was like, well, I've watched like a ridiculous amount of episodes. Like, was it like 20 odd episodes through 7 seasons? Each episode is like 45 minutes long. That's a lot of watch time. And I thought, I'm not committing myself to do that all over again to watch Voyager. So, because George from The Fragrance Apprentice was like, oh, you have to watch Voyager, it's better. I was like, oh, I don't really want to, like, I'd liked the characters from the Next Generation, I'd got fond of them, and then I didn't want to, like, move on to another one. So I started at season 7, which is the last season of that series. So I started in reverse, basically, and I picked a random episode in season 7, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the characters. I didn't get the same feeling from it. But then I kind of watched another episode and another episode and another episode, and then I was like, I like the characters now, and I kind of got into it. And so I started watching. I watched all of season 7. So I watched all of the last season first. Then when I got to the end of season 7, I went and watched all of season 6, and then all of I literally watched the seasons in reverse, backwards. That's not the way to do it. Which is funny because all my favourite characters were in the later seasons. 7 of 9 was great. She's very cool. And I liked her character development because she's a Borg, and then they kind of make her human again, but she's still part Borg. And it's interesting how her humanity develops through the storyline. And it's really lovely to see. And she ends up having a relationship with another character called Jacote, who's one of my favourite characters from the series as well. He was very good. Captain Janeway, I thought, was fantastic. She was really cool. The captain of the thing she was very, very, very good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I watched it in backwards. I mean, if you associate money with power, not many billionaires are that benevolent. What about Deep Space Nine? I watched 2 episodes and I didn't like it, to be honest. I was like, it doesn't have the same... It was kind of boring. I didn't connect with the characters in the same way. But to be fair, I felt that way about Voyager when I watched the first. I watched a couple of episodes. I was like, I don't like the characters. They're not as, because I'd built up an emotional connection to the cast of the Next Generation. So I think it was kind of stopping me from liking the characters in the next one. But then after I watched a few episodes, I was like, okay, I'm into it and I like the characters. And now it was great. So maybe the same would be for Deep Space Nine, because that happened with the Voyager thing. But yeah, I didn't. The two episodes I did watch, I didn't like, and one of the episodes I kind of stopped watching halfway through because I got bored of it. I think I'm done with Star Trek, to be honest. I think I've watched all of the Next Generation and all of Voyager, and I think that's it. I'm done. I'm not watching any of the others. But it's good. I enjoyed it. The original series, the very first Star Trek, I watched, I think, 2 episodes, and it was very, very 1960s. I struggled with it, to be honest. It was a bit cringy. But yeah. Anyway. Hello. Hello. Thank you. I wish you well as I can't speak. I wish you well too, my friend. The later series gets better. I'll take your word for it, but I don't think I'm going to commit myself. Shatner. Yeah. DS9 is the most political lot of Easter eggs in that series. Well, yeah. The episodes that I did watch from Deep Space Nine, I didn't enjoy. It was not for me. But Voyager was probably, I think in hindsight, Voyager was my favourite between the two of Next Generation and Voyager. And I like that it had a happy ending. I won't spoil it because of anyone that hasn't watched it might end up watching it. But the ending I was very pleased with. I was like, good ending. I approve. That was excellent. I played it in a lower octave because I didn't want to blow too hard, so it sounded wrong when I went to the high note at the end. Anyway, did you smell amber? Not yet. It's here. We will be smelling it next. Did you read what Shatner said about his trip to space? Depressing. I did not know. What did he say about it? You enlighten me. I have no idea what he said. I remember seeing the news stories of him going up. I don't know anything about him coming back. Okay, so this one that we're smelling now is Amber by Esteban Paris. Esteban Paris Parfums Amber. I haven't been a fan of the other two so far. This one's the best from the 3 that I've smelled. So the card says amber vanilla softness with sweet accents lightened by red berries. It comes across very simple, kind of light. It's not a thick heavy amber. It's kind of almost translucent, kind of soft, airy kind of amber. The sweetness is quite nice. I'm not sure I don't think I would have ever guessed red berries, to be honest. But there is There's quite a nice sweetness to it. I like that one definitely more than the other two. That's the best one out of the three so far. But it's light, it's quite soft. It comes across quite simple. Like I say, it's not heavy, it's not thick, it's not dark, it's a very light, kind of likable, light, soft, almost rubbery or plasticky. It's got something that's a little bit kind of like, do you know those kind of baby doll heads that have got that kind of weird rubbery texture that smell a little bit of something? It's got a little bit of that to it. Almost like a toy doll with a kind of a slightly interesting sweetness. Not bad. I don't dislike it. Quite simple. Yeah. I think there's probably better amber fragrances. It may be a little on the simple side. I suppose it depends what you... My nose is itchy, sorry. It kind of depends what you want to go for. Like, I do appreciate minimalist perfumes sometimes. Like, the Abel brand, they do quite kind of minimalistic, so to speak, minimalist fragrances in terms of composition. That strikes me in the same kind of way, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You don't always want a complex fragrance. The later Deep Space Nine series gets better, but the opposite goes for the original. It gets worse due to the lack of funding. Oh, okay. Did you purchase the latest sample set from a regional doorway? Would be very interested in your opinion. I did not know. However, I got itchy nose from smelling too much. Hello, George, that boy. Oh, bugger. If I'd have done this on StreamYard, I could have invited you on, George, but I'm not on StreamYard, unfortunately. Voyager is the GOAT, though. Yes, I was just talking about Star Trek, and that I watched all of Voyager, and that I did enjoy it. You were right. I would say it was my favourite of the two, because I watched all of The Next Generation. Yeah, I liked Captain Janeway. I thought she was great. I liked Chakotay, and Seven of Nine. All of the characters were cool. Tom and what was the Klingon girl called? Oh God, why can't I remember names? Oh, how many episodes did I watch? You would think I would remember the name. Tom and B'Elanna. That's it, B'Elanna. It's because it's an unusual name. I'd never heard of the name B'Elanna before that series. I think that's why it didn't quite stick. But yeah, B'Elanna. She was very good as well. I liked her progression of her character, and the relationship with Tom I thought was really cool. I didn't used to be a Trek fan. I used to really not like Star Trek when I was younger, but a couple of months ago I decided to give it a go because it was on Netflix, and I don't have Netflix, but my sister and brother-in-law have Netflix, and I can access their account online, and so I was like, well, I might watch a series of something, and I ended up watching that and giving it a try and really enjoying it. So there you go. The Doctor, yes. Actually, he's a very likable character because he's a bit of a dick. At the same time, he's very lovable. He's got like a really interesting personality where he's like, you could understand why someone would not like him, but at the same time, that not liking him is like an affectionate kind of, you would miss him if he's gone. Like, he is likable, but he's also quite a complex character. I thought he was great. Really good. And again, he's had a progression through the series because he was going beyond his programming. He was become more human instead of just a hologram, you know, and he's not just a holographic projection. He's like, it becomes about equal rights for like different, you know, is he a life form? Is he sentient? Can he, does he have rights? Does he have laws? Like, you know, and that was a really interesting progression through the series that was really good. I really liked him. I thought he was great. Data as well. I mean, Data was just awesome and funny. It's Data's from the next generation, but Data was, I really enjoyed him as a character. I didn't like his brother though, his evil brother. That dude was creepy. Um, it was the original AI debate in the 90s. Yeah. I forgot to tell you what I'm smelling. Hold on, bear with me. So we've moved on. This one is Plume by Esteban Parfums from my samples drawer. And it says, a balance of dry and soft woods enclosing the beautiful iris. So there you go. Yeah, the law guy, Data's brother, like, he creeped me out because he was, like, just nasty, you know, like, vindictive, kind of sociopath, like, really not pleasant. This definitely doesn't have natural iris in. If I was to put money on it, it smells synthetic. I mean, I'm capable of being wrong, so, you know, don't sue me. Uh, it doesn't smell natural to me. Very soft, really not much to say. It's a light wusky, is that a word? A light woody musky is what I was trying to say. With a vague ironone kind of more synthetic tone slightly coming through. Very nondescript. Again, maybe if it was a candle, then that would be fine. But as a perfume, I'm not sure that does anything for me personally. Very. These have been really super minimalistic, simple smelling, like not complicated at all. Um, any benefit to smelling perfume from the cap over putting them on skin? Obviously, it would be far superior to put them on skin and give them time. This isn't like a video to be taken seriously, though. I have a giant drawer next to me that's filled with samples that I've never smelled, and I'm just kind of having a whiff while having a chat with friends because I have not done a live stream in several months, probably. I can't remember the last time. So don't you know? I'm not putting an authoritative kind of stamp on this. It's a light-hearted take. If I was to put all these on skin, I'd run out in 5 minutes and then the stream would be over. So if I smell it this way, then I can smell a lot more. So basically, if I feel like there's ones in there that I want to give a shot to, then I will put them on skin. I will test them out, and then I'll do a first impressions video at some point. But this is a very light-hearted video. I'm just having a whiff and having a chat with friends. Have a good night and enjoy the stream. Thank you, Alex. You have a good night too, my friend. Okay, so the next one is Amber Orient. Amber Orient. This is the last one from Esteban. Amber Orient. And this says a dazzling fusion of luminous amber and the leathered heart of balsams. Well, that just sounds spectacular. We'll pause for a brief musical interlude. It's nice when you put a bit of echoey reverb on it. It sounds beautiful. Unfortunately, the thing I downloaded where I can put reverb on the live stream, the app thing, I don't know, it disappeared. It's not there anymore. I don't know how to add reverb anymore. Okay, so this said it was a luminous amber with leathered heat of balsams. I don't. Again, I'm not quite sure what to say about these because they're all of them have been very light, almost like a cologne strength. That kind of light, soft smelling. You get a very nondescript perfumey smell that's slightly sweet, slightly resinous. Almost like, when you go into a store that smells a mixture that sells a mixture of like soaps, candles, and incense sticks, and all of it's kind of open and in a shopping mall somewhere, and you just kind of get this general perfumed smell hitting you. There's kind of a bit of a mix of stuff. This is kind of that. It's like perfumed air in a store that smells candles, incense, and soap. Yeah, these ones I are not doing much for me personally, I would say. I think the best one, what was the best one? The Amber, that was the best out of all of them. That one's all right. I would say minimal, like I say, minimalistic, simple. It depends what you're going for, Not everyone wants a complicated perfume, and sometimes simple is great. I appreciate simple too. But that one, yeah. In general, I don't think my taste probably. Sounded like the flute was in E. No, it's in F. It's written somewhere. There you go. F for friend. Almost melancholic. Like the Spanish Inquisition, this rather good flute interlude was historically unexpected, but quite lovely. Okay. Do you have any samples from imaginary authors or zoologists? I have done videos on both brands, if you want to check them out. I do have samples of both, but I have talked about them both on my channel. I never purchased anything. I used to own Cape Heartache from Imaginary Authors, and I would say it's my favourite from the brand. I sold it last year. I sold a lot of my favourite perfumes last year and just got rid of them all. Sold them on eBay. Because why not? But that was my favourite, Cape Heartache. I also like Memoirs of a Trespasser, which smells like the pages of an old dusty book with a bit of vanilla. It's kind of like a papery, dry, dusty vanilla. That one's very nice. I'd say those two are my favourite from Imaginary Authors. Zoologist, I never felt... I appreciate some of them. Some of them are definitely interesting, artistic, interesting, unique. Others are a bit more kind of mainstream and not my taste. But... I never felt a connection with any of the zoologists that I smelled of wanting to buy a bottle. So, yeah. But definitely worth checking out if you can get samples and have a whiff of them. They're definitely interesting. I've smelled all of the Imaginary Authors' fragrances. Which ones are you interested in? Yeah, Cape Partake, Memoirs of a Trespasser, personally. Slow Explosions, yes, that was good. Yeah, I gave that a very good review. I didn't buy it, but I gave it a good review because I thought the transitions in it were really interesting. It goes through I can't remember it now, but it goes through loads of changes, and I thought, wow, that's pretty unique in just the way that it like explodes into another kind of set of notes, and you think you know the fragrance, and then boom, it changes again, and like, oh my god, it's different again. And that was fascinating. So I gave it a good review. I didn't buy it though, but I thought it was good. There was another one with a canary or something. I can't remember what it's called. That was interesting. I gave that an interesting review just because it was interesting. I wouldn't wear it, but it's interesting. Slow Explosions is good, but I don't like how the apple plays with me. Trespasser had a burning or cooking smell like hot dogs. I didn't get hot dogs from it. Interesting. The Cobra and the Canary, yeah, that was interesting. I did a good review for that. Of the ones I tried, Hummingbird I like the best, and the Deer one too when I sampled it. Yeah, there's some pretty ones with Zoologist, definitely. Okay, we're going to have another musical interlude. My nose is super itchy now. I'm smelling too much perfume. Squid was salty and a strange mix. Yes, that was from, is it The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings? I don't know. You imagine hobbits running around the Shire. That one was by a band called Omnia. Can't remember what the song's called though. I own Bee. I love it. It's thick, almost medicinal honey concoction. Perfect for the fall and winter, nice and warm. Bee is one I've not smelled. I've not smelled any of his like latest releases. So, yes. Okay, well, we're done with those bunch of samples. Let's see what else we got. Let me tidy up. Okay, so that's what we smelled so far. I'll pull that one out because that was alright. I might talk about that one day. Okay, we got these next. I just go in for whatever's in front of me. My nose is so itchy. Hold on. Too much perfume makes your nose itch. Okay. Ah, yes, B. Yes, good one. Claire sent me a good travel size of that. I heard people talking about... I think... Did Rich Mitch talk about B? I think he got some sample sets, didn't he? Okay, so this brand is called Premier Note. Premier Note. Looks like this. Premier Note, and this one is called Himalayan Ood, which is cool. That is what the bottle looks like. I have never smelled these before in my life. I've had them for probably a couple of years. I'm terrible. Apologies to Tam. I think it was Tammy that sent me these. I've been useless and I'm only just smelling them. That's just terrible. But Himalayan Oud by Premier Note. Okay, so let me read. Aloof perfume with warm and enveloping facets. Himalayan Oud fascinates by its intensity. In top dominates oriental notes of saffron and cumin. Woody and smoked heart revolves around Indian cypriol combined with benzoin and cedar. In the base, precious Himalayan Oud, enriched with patchouli and vetiver, brings a modernity touch. Interesting. Powerful and majestic. My nose is going crazy, man. Oh my god. Oh, I just want to brush, like scratch it with a bristle brush. Oh. Ramsey recommended a nose cleaner. Might be something to look into. The best thing to do when you smell too much perfume is not to go and smell coffee, because it's a ridiculous concept. I know, I've smelled too much perfume, so I'm going to smell an even stronger fragrance. Well, that will fix things. No, nonsense. Just get some blank cloth from your clothing that doesn't smell of anything, apart from wool, and breathe that in. That'll clear you a lot more than smelling coffee beans. Coffee beans will just blow your brains out with an even, it's just another perfume, basically. You're smelling another strong smell. It's overwhelming you, so don't ever do that. It's just bollocks. Fresh air is... Hello, Claire. Nice to see you. How are you? Fresh air is best. If you can find fresh air, suck it in. If not, just do that. So, anyway, Himalayan Oud. This one is... Jesus Christ. Do you remember earlier I had that dab thing and I said, oh my god, I've got it on my nose. I wonder if it's that's making me itch. I accidentally touched it on my nose and now my nose is itchy. Anyway, Himalayan Oud. Here we go. I should be careful what I say here in case I'm wrong. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to say it in a way that I'm covered. Well, you get a sweet woody facet at the beginning. However, it does remind me... Now, I'm not saying it is, but it reminds me of a synthetic oud molecule, a synthetic oud. It might not be. It might be completely natural, but it smells like a synthetic oud that I have smelled in the past. And this synthetic oud has this kind of sweet, resinous-y, woody, slightly sweet kind of tone. Very pleasant, very likable. It's used in a few different fragrances. It's a popular kind of synthetic oud note. And that's the vibe that I get from this. So take that with whatever that's worth. It said in the description that it has saffron and cumin, but it's not like it definitely does not blast you in the face with spice. I would say certainly dabbles of it, but it's not overwhelming it, and it doesn't smell like do you know, like that typical Middle Eastern smelling oud thing that they do that's quite unique and strong and pungent. It doesn't have that to it. I wouldn't wear it personally, and it reminds me of a synthetic oud. I'm not impressed with that one personally, and it smells quite. Although we're just doing first impressions, light-hearted, smelling really more the top notes. Obviously, I'm not letting it dry down for several hours, and then it's just a live stream, chill out, kind of hangout thing. You kind of get a vibe when you smell a perfume of if it's going to do something potentially interesting as it dries down. And I don't feel like this is. I feel like it's going to smell this way till the end. It's just going to get softer. I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend this one to anybody. It's singular, focused on the more synthetic smelling woods. Not much else going on. Dabbles of soft spice. You get more of a slight rough cedar texture, like a Texas cedar or a Virginian cedar. More like pencil shaving cedar, like you get with the Virginian cedar. A little bit of that going on, probably more than the oud. I mean, you might get more of the patchouli vetiver thing as it dries down. This isn't my taste, honestly. Hello, Eugenius. How are you doing, my friend? This one is not my cup of tea personally. So that was Himalayan Oud. Like I said, the initial impressions was it reminds me, I'm not saying it is, but it reminded me of a synthetic oud. You get kind of a cedar vibe from it, like a Virginian cedar, where you get, like I say, the pencil shaving. It doesn't smell that interesting. I think for like a niche or someone that's just smelled a lot of perfume in general, I think you'll be bored with that. I don't think it gives enough layers or interest, or it's not a captivating fragrance. If you just want to smell woody and pleasant, then fine. But maybe if you've smelled a bit of perfume, it might not do much for you. That's how I feel about that one. Okay. So the next one is Cedar Atlas. So this one comes in a different bottle. It is white instead of black. Cedar Atlas opens on a citrus note of grapefruit, spiced with Indian pepper and Sri Lankan cardamom. This warm and cold spice blend evolves in a floral heart comprised of violet leaves, rose and jasmine. A woody and cropped base intensifies this fragrance, captivating and verdant. Is that how you say that? Verdant? I don't even know what that means. I'd have to Google that. Wearing LDE today. Marvellous. Hey Peter, would you mind if I paid for about an hour of your time? Oh Lord. I do get requests for that kind of thing now and again, and I usually say no. To be honest. If you've got some question, I'm not bothered about being paid. I don't care. If you've got some questions that's not going to take me ages to. I can make if like send me an email or like a message on Instagram or something, and I'll do my best to give you some advice or help or whatever you're looking for. But I'm not. I don't do business consultations. I don't. I yeah. And I don't make just to because now and again I do get people ask. I get people. I guess people watch like how to make perfume tutorial videos that I've done on YouTube over the years and things like that. Or they see that I've launched my own brand, and I get emails and people messaging me on Instagram and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, can you make a perfume for my brand? Can you do this? Can you do that? Where do I get this? Where do I get that?" And after a couple of years, you're like, "Oh my God, leave me alone." I'll do my best, but you know. Okay, so this one's better than the Oud one for sure. The Oud one did not. Yeah, it's not good. I shouldn't say it's not good. It's not my taste personally. It's not bad. It's not a high quality perfume. If that's just how it. Anyway, this one is better. This one smells better. Cedar Atlas. It does what it says on the tin, man. You get the grapefruit, you get the cedar. It's not heavy on the. It says Indian pepper and cardamom. I don't get massive amounts of pepper or cardamom. It's subtle. But it's not like in your face. It's mellow. The grapefruit is clearly noticeable, and it's not bad. It's a decent grapefruit. And it goes well with the kind of the woodiness. From the top, I'm not getting any of the florals. It says violet leaves, rose, jasmine. That'll probably come as these top notes drifted down a little bit. At the moment, I'm getting like grapefruit and cedar, and it's like bump, woody citrus in one thing. And it's not bad. It's quite likable. In fact, there's a fragrance that I used to own by Abel called White Vetiver, and that used a combination of lime and a very clean vetiver. And this reminds me a little bit of that. It's not bad. I guess as those more top notes kind of tone down, maybe you'll get a bit more of the floral coming through. I would say completely unisex. Again, I'm not sure I would. I mean, this is very light-hearted first impression, so it's not. I'm not giving like solid judgments on these. Like, this is the first time I've ever smelled it in my life. I'm smelling it on a piece of paper, not on my skin. So take this with a pinch of salt. It's just a very light-hearted video because I've not done a live stream in several months. But not bad. I would wear that one on my skin and test it out and see if I liked it. Easy to wear, safe for an office. It would be a good work-appropriate fragrance, not too strong. Clean, woody, citrusy. I think you can't really go wrong. Again, might be a little bit boring for someone who has a lot of fragrances. You might want a little bit more from your perfume. But if you like more simple, kind of easy to wear stuff, that might be alright for you. I'm going to show off my new flute for anyone that has just joined. This is a Native American flute made from walnut. And I just got it a couple of weeks ago. I've not had it very long. It's in the key of F. And it's lovely. I wish I had reverb so I could give you the haunting effects that it can produce. Start a consultation business. I I'm not a businessman, to be honest. I'm just not. Ugh. Green with grass, other rich vegetarian, verdant. Is it verdant or verdant? Green with grass or other rich vegetation. Okay. Makes sense. I guess verde in French is green, isn't it? So, makes sense. Hi all, Centauri sample set on its way. Can't wait. Thanks, Peter. Cool. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy checking them out. I appreciate you giving them a try. That's all a man can ask, isn't it? So I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you'll enjoy them. I love your channel and your reviews. Best of luck for the future. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me just mute my microphone so I can clear my throat. I don't want to hurt your ears with me coughing. Excuse me. There we go. Can you play it? A little bit. I've not had it long. It sounds really beautiful with the like reverby echo on it, but I don't have the app thing that I used to have on this where it added reverb. It's kind of gone somewhere and I don't know how to get it back. I downloaded it. Was it in filters? No, it's gone. Where did it go? Did I don't remember. Anyway, it's gone. I'll play it without anyway. Something like that. I don't really know what I'm doing. But is it Spanish? Okay. Vert is French. Whatever. I'm not good at languages. You should do quick reviews with 3 to 5 fragrances in each video. Would people want to watch that? I don't know. Maybe. See if you can re-download the reverb again under downloads in the browser. See, I don't remember how I did it. I don't remember what I did to get the reverb or where I got it from. Maybe I can Google it. Reverb for OBS. Hold on, let me Google it. Oh, God. Hold on. I think it's going to be too complicated. Hold on. Reverb plug. It was a plugin. I remember it was a plugin. Where can I find a free Reverb VST program that works with OBS? Are there any? Oh God, no! It's not going to happen. I'll do it some other time. I'm going to get lost in complications. Okay. Let me play you the Hobbit theme. This is my Irish tin whistle, for anyone that's not familiar with this instrument. I've not had this very long either. A couple of... well, this particular one I've had about a month, but in general I've had it about 2 months, I think. not long. I'd never played one in my life before, so they're new to me. I'm still not very good. I can only play a couple of tunes. But it's a lovely sounding instrument. Again, it sounds better with a reverb, but I'll give it a go. Nope. Hold on. Let me start again. There you go. Itchy. Are you still in touch with Tammy? A little bit, yes. She's not coming back to YouTube as far as I'm aware. She's retired from that. I think that part of her life is in the background. I hear from her now and again. She wishes me happy birthday. I wish her happy Christmas and things like that. And I miss her. I miss her leaving comments and being around. But yeah, I think she's finished with the YouTube thing. But I can say she's doing okay. She's safe. She's fine. She's doing good. She is a darling. She's a lovely woman. Okay, so the next is Java Wood by Premier Note. So we're just smelling random samples this evening because why not? This says Java Wood blooms on the freshness of bergamot, the aromatic note of star anise, and the spicy, how do you say that word? Oh, God, sometimes I just can't read and then I see it and I'm like, of course I know that word. Spicy dimensions of Szechuan pepper. Its warm and spice tart with tobacco and cumin progress on a green, woody and lightly smoked base, characteristic of vetiver. Okay. Characteristic of vetiver suggests that it's not vetiver. It's somewhat like vetiver, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Okay. Oh, wow. Jeez. Okay. Star anise, like, up front with a little bit of citrus. I'm not a huge star anise fan. It's slightly kind of aniseedy, kind of... I find it a little bit sharp on the nose. And the Szechuan pepper mix as well is like, that's also a little bit kind of fresh and fiery. And the kind of the combination of the two is... If you like those spices, then I think it would be great. But I personally, as my personal taste, I don't gravitate towards them particularly. Szechuan pepper can be nice, but I'm not a fan of star anise. You got French fries. Are they from McDonald's? Are you having a Mackie D's? Is that what's going on? So, off the bat, I would say I'm getting citrus and star anise, mostly. It says it's got a heart of tobacco and cumin with woody green notes. Lol, yes, how do you know? I didn't. It was just a guess. Velplays 2.0 says he has a PhD in foot consumption. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I don't know what to say about this one. Kind of minimal, at least off the top notes, but not. I don't know. It doesn't strike me as something that I would be interested in. Like, it doesn't. It's not wooing me. It's not captivating me into wanting to smell more. To be fair, I'm only smelling it off paper, and it's a first impression of top notes. So there's only a little bit you can get from that. You know, to give it its full due, you would need to wear it on skin. You'd need to spend some hours with it and to appreciate it or not to appreciate it. But as a light-hearted first impression, it doesn't lure me in, so to speak. Not to say that it wouldn't be, you know, good on skin. I need to make time to test samples like this where I'm not like totally sure and actually just spend a day wearing them. And then I can like either throw them away or keep them and do a video where I talked about in more detail. Yeah, I think my favourite from those ones would be the Cedar Atlas. That was okay. That one. Going back to it now, I said I couldn't smell really the pepper or the cardamom much. It is a little bit more peppery. That grapefruit that it had like a grapefruit and kind of cedarwood, and it was kind of boof all together. The grapefruit's kind of gone almost already, which is what, like 10 minutes? Pretty much gone. And it has gone a little bit peppery, kind of peppery, woody, rough kind of cedar, more like Virginian, like I said, Virginian cedar, where it's more kind of shaved pencil shavings in a way. I have not tried Tibetan Musk by Ensar, no. I'm sorry. Could do giveaways for samples you're not going to use anymore, like a sample can go to someone. Yeah. I could give them all away, I suppose. Could indeed. What are you working on for the charity raffle? Oh yeah, that's coming up soon. So that's in November. So my idea so far is that I want to work on is an ambergris fragrance. I did ask in the community tab what were people's thoughts, and I got such mixed reactions. I was like, where's the thing for this? I don't know where my... Oh, it's there. I got a little carry case for it. Yeah, anyway, I decided like ambergris. I want an ambergris. So, how do I describe it? I was thinking ambergris, but with citrus, like yuzu. And so I was going to have like this kind of citrusy yuzu, bright, kind of sparkly, but with real ambergris tincture, which acts as an amazing fixative, and it drags those... Ramsey did a video actually yesterday on Anthea. Very complimentary. Thank you if Ramsey ever watches this. Very kind words. Thank you very much. But he mentioned in that video about how Anthea has this kind of he was highly complimentary of the citrus carried, really into the mid of the fragrance, which is, not many fragrances can do that. They burn off as top notes. And I won't give everything away, but one of the constituents in helping that is natural ambergris, because it's freaking incredible as a fixative. And like you say, like Ramsey suggested, it gives this slow pace, almost slow motion, fixative longevity to the individual notes. It just holds the molecules like glue and lets them go very slowly. And so part of that, not the whole thing, but part of it is the ambergris. And so I was thinking of doing this kind of yuzu-y kind of interesting kind of a citrus fragrance that's unusual in the sense that it's dosed in ambergris, which is kind of magical and sparkly and musky and slightly sweet and slightly salty, and I think it will go really well with particularly with yuzu, because typically, I don't know, like when you think of a fresh citrus fragrance, they're not often blended with like genuine real ambergris tincture. And I think it can be quite a magical kind of combination. So I might play around with that for, I think it's C6. I think C6 is the 6th charity fragrance we've done. Lotus, maybe. Lotus would definitely work because of it being kind of that watery kind of floral. I haven't made it yet. I need to kind of play around with it. But that's the idea I was thinking. It might change. I don't know. It's not in concrete. That's what I was kind of thinking of. A non-aquatic. Yeah, kind of. I think it'd be nice. But it's kind of the wrong time of year to do that because, like, we're going into winter. So I'll be doing, like, a more summertime, spring thing in winter, which maybe is a bit backwards. But I think it would be cool. I like this whistle. It's nice. Is it a whistle or a flute? I think it's a flute. Can a flute be played that way? Is it a flute? Or is a flute like that? I don't think... No, it's not a whistle, it's a flute, I think. Have you got your next released for Centauri lined up? I have not, no. I seem to take forever in making my perfume, as you might have found out by now. So no, I'm still working on them. I have loads of ideas, but it's being satisfied with the blending that is the problem. So no, I have no idea when the next one is going to be. I have a few ideas. I could talk about the ideas I'm thinking of for the future. First of all, there's gonna be a completion from the previous line. So we did and Anthea. So there's gonna be the next one in that in the blue bottle. I'm not gonna give too much away on that. I want to keep that more hush because it's the immediate next release. But I can talk about more of the future concepts. So the next set of 3 after that is based on chakras. I don't know how many people are familiar with chakras, but they're like considered to be. You could think of them as like people like Joe Dispenza. If anyone listens to him, he describes them as energy centers. And they're like plexuses of nerves within the body which connect together in certain places. So There's one at the base of the spine, kind of in your private region, basically. There's one a little bit below your belly button. That's your second chakra. Your third chakra is basically in the pit of your stomach. Your fourth chakra is the heart center, which is called the Anahata in traditional Indian yogic kind of Vedic philosophy. You got one in the throat. You've got one on your pineal gland in the middle of the head, and then one on the crown chakra at the top of the head. So there's 7 major chakras, and there's all these other smaller ones, and there's also one above the head somewhere up there. And I'm going to be doing a set of 3 perfumes inspired by chakras. The red collection in the past is going to be the Muladhara chakra, which is the root chakra, the one at the base of the spine, which is more primal, raw, creative, sexual energy and that kind of thing. Like, so it's going to be, you know, in that vein, a little bit raunchy. And then for the present day in the white bottle is going to be the Anahata, which is the heart chakra, which is all about love. When you start to bring the energy from the low, most humans operate predominantly in the first 3 chakras, which is all survival, kind of instinct, animal nature, sex driven, kind of ego reactive kind of survival mechanism of the animal part of the human is the first 3 chakras. Most people are stuck in those 3 chakras. When you get the energy to go up to your heart and your heart chakra opens, you start to feel more profound sense of love for not just your family or friends, but actually love for the universe, for everything in it, for everybody. There are people in the world that can look at a stone wall and just be in love with, like, it's not like you're in love, it's like you've become love, you are love, and so whatever you perceive is in the field of love. Very beautiful state. These it's more bhakti, like love, devotion, and so the heart center is going to be probably more floral, very beautiful. I want it to kind of give that warmth of love. So that's going to be for the white bottle. For the future collection, the blue bottle is going to be the crown chakra, which is like 1,000-petal lotus, like enlightenment, one with the universe and God and the whole thing, you know. So that's going to be probably like sparkly, aldehydic, and like you know, effervescent and out there. Good night, George, my buddy. Be safe, be well, take care of yourself. Good to see you, as always. People say different things about the first 2 chakras. Some people think that the second chakra is all about sex, and other people say it's the first, and some people say it's a combination of the 2. So, you know, I kind of put the first 2 in the similar kind of category personally, in terms of, you know, like, the placement of the first chakra is like literally in your private area, so, you know. Anyway, please come up to Edinburgh. Oh dear. I don't like getting on a train, and I don't have a car anymore. We'll see. We will do something, George, I'm sure. One time I live near a yoga shala run by an Indian family. They do Wim Hof sometimes. Excellent. That sounds great for you. Get on the train, boy. Yes. We will see. Okay, what time? 10:30 already. Jesus. How long have we been going? Where does it say? 1 hour. Oh my god. We're nearly 2 hours. Okay, we're going to do like 15 minutes more max, and then I'm off to bed. Well, I'm not off to bed, but I'm off, like, from here. I go to bed a little bit later usually. But there you go. More samples. Do you have to do stuff? 3 more samples. I don't have to do anything, but 2 hours is like a long time. Let me see. What have we got? I got Perfume's Demali. We'll give this one a go. No idea. It says, how do you pronounce that? Athalia? Athalia Parfums Demali. It says, highly sensual with an opening of rose and orange bitters, followed by a bouquet of iris and orange blossom, with a base of amber and vanilla and vetiver, giving the fragrance a floral amber accord. Seductive and attractive, this feminine perfume is one that is perfect dab regardless of the occasion. And that's the picture. So there you go. They're marketing it as more of a feminine. Iris, that one. You've smelled it. Let's try. You do get the orange blossom thing going on. Kind of floral orange blossom, kind of bright. There's something a little bit, what's the word, rubbery almost, like a texture to it that's kind of like smooth rubber. Saw that you are into Atelier cologne. Have you ever smelled Astia de Vitali colognes? I don't think so. Really solid stuff, and they're very fresh and citrusy. Cool. No, I'm not familiar with that one. What is this a rip off of, so I can get it? I heard it was cold and aloof. It's kind of rubbery. You get a little bit of that kind of orange bitter. They list it as orange bitter, basically, and orange blossom. You get kind of that kind of vibe. There is a kind of a florally thing going on. I don't... If it's iris, they're using a synthetic thing. But it comes off like rubbery, like plasticky... Not plasticky, rubbery, I would say. It doesn't smell the most natural thing in the world. I wouldn't describe it as seductive or attractive. They're marketing it as seductive and attractive. It's not doing much for me. It's not bad, but it's not a sexy fragrance or seductive or whatever word you want to use. It's not overly sweet. It's... I don't know quite how to describe it. Hold on. Oh dear. That was painful. I'm stumped of how to describe it to you. Vaguely floral, a little bit of that kind of bitter orange blossom thing, slightly green, slightly bitter in a way. When you think of like, yeah, like I said it in one of the other fragrances, but like that doll's head thing where like baby doll head, where you get that kind of rubbery smell. It's kind of got a vibe of that. There's something rubbery about it. But it's definitely not a seductive, attractive kind of sexy thing. It's just not for me. Some men might think so, but I don't get that personally. it's a little bit nondescript. It's like a block of a smell that's like nothing in particular, but something in general. It kind of gives you that, which is maybe a little bit disappointing in a way. I'm not quite sure what else to say, to be honest. That's the reaction I have with all Parfums Demali. So, yeah, I don't own anything from the brand. I used to own Habdan for a while, but it smelled kind of plasticky and a bit fake, so I got rid of it. Hello. Oh, hello. How are you, my friend? I'm getting a bit of a perfume buzz in my brain, to be honest. I can feel it tingling my brain chops. Okay, what time is it? How long have we've been? Okay. I think I'm gonna go soon. I don't want to be too long. Okay, let's just have a look. I've got some Floreku in here. I got these ages ago. There was a few. There was one in here that I really did like. I smelled it in Dubai. I forgot what it's called. Is it cups? 2 cups? Something like that. Something about cups or 2 or something. I can't remember. Let me look. Oh no, one umbrella for 2. I knew it had something about 2. One umbrella for 2. That I enjoyed that one. It's kind of it's been years since I smelled it. I think it was it biscuity? Kind of smells like a kind of a sweet kind of biscuit smell. I like this one. It's slightly gourmand. It's kind of got a biscuity. There's kind of some citrusy sweet notes on the top, and kind of this almost, is biscuity the right word, or is it cakey? Would you describe it as cakey or biscuity? But it's definitely got a gourmand kind of tinge to it. I think I did a review on it a while ago. Rachel says 2 girls, 1 cup. It was definitely not that. That's a black currant one. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. See, my brain wasn't registering black currant, and I don't think it did when I first smelled it either. I was getting like gourmand biscuit vibes. But when you say blackcurrant, you're like, oh yeah, kind of. But it's not obvious. It's like maybe like a syrupy, more like a liqueur, kind of a syrupy liqueur. Maybe like a hint of it. Claire says muffin like. Yeah, maybe. Like I wonder if it could be would you reckon it could be like a blueberry muffin? You reckon? Blueberry muffin? Maybe. Yeah, interesting. No, I like that one. I liked it when I first smelled it. I like it now. It smells very nice. Lily says, can I smell... where was it? Where's it gone? Sound of a Ricochet. Okay. I have to find it. Hold on. Not that one. Not that one. I see the clouds go by. Cricket song. 2 cricket songs? How does that work? That says cricket song. And that says cricket song. Weird. Why have I got 2 of the same? First dream of the year. Sound of a Ricochet. Here we go. Okay. Let me just stretch a leg out. Oh my god. I'm getting cramp. Okay. That's alright. It's sweet. I get a sweet kind of... I've no idea what the hell the notes are. I have no idea. It's sweet and I get resins. I get sweetness. But it's kind of dry in a way. Dry. There's some unusual sweetness that I can't pinpoint what it is. Is it something fruity? I don't know what that is. I'm getting what I'm getting without having any clue what the hell is in it. I'm getting resinous, sweet with some unusual fruity. I think fruity is the right word. There's some unusual sweetnesses which is like making my brain going, what is that? But it's sweet, it's resinous. I'm not sure what else to say, apart from I quite like it. It doesn't go, hold on. It doesn't go gourmand in the sense that one does. Excuse me, the umbrella thing. Definitely kind of leaning on gourmand. This doesn't. But I get kind of a sweetened, kind of ambery, like... a little bit more dry, a little bit less sweet, but there's something unusual like about it, like an odd note that's coming across maybe a little bit fruity like, a little bit vanillic, without being, like I say, it's not overly sweet. I don't mind that one. I don't like it as much. If I was to suggest one, I would suggest Umbrella for 2. Not bad, I don't mind it. It's better than most of the other ones we've tried tonight, to be fair. Vanilla, Tonka, and Sandalwood. Okay. What's this? Where does the fruity thing come from? There's like a weird kind of notes in it that smells like vaguely fruity. Tonka vanilla makes sense. Sandalwood, okay. Interesting. It smells ambery to me. I get like a sweetened amber. Weird. I can imagine ambers in the base of this with like I say, that vanillic kind of woody thing. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe there's no amber in there. Maybe it's just the way it comes across. I don't mind it though. It's like Claire said there, it maybe not that interesting. Like it's nice, it's pleasant, but maybe not that. What is that weird sweetness? I can't stop smelling it because my brain's like, what is that? There's definitely some like note that's not listed in there. There's something weird in it that's kind of like it grabs your attention and like, what the hell is that? And I can't quite work it out. I don't mind it. Like I say, maybe not that. Although that note is bugging me, like my brain just can't figure out what that is. But I prefer Umbrella for 2 out of them. Try Mountain Standing Still if it's in there. I don't think I've heard of that one. Is that like a newer one? I've got Between Two Trees. My Love Has the Colour of the Night. Sound of the Ricochet. The Dreams of the Year. I don't understand why, but there's 2 cricket songs in this. I think that's an accident. I See the Clouds Go By. I Am Coming Home. The Moon and I. What's that one? One Umbrella for 2 and Sleeping on the Roof. Those are all the ones I've got. But they are very expensive. I said that when I did like the first impression in Dubai. I think I was like, I quite like a few of them. They're not bad. Maybe, like you say, not that interesting, some of them. But all of them were pleasant enough. Like, I wouldn't say any of them smell bad, per se. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, no, they're very expensive. I think a big chunk of that is you're paying for the presentation. Because the bottles are beautiful. Like, they've got all the artwork and they look really fancy. I think a chunk of it you're paying for, it looks kind of beautiful. And that costs a bit of dollar. So, you know, there you go. From the website, other notes, anise. Ah. God, I don't know where my scent strip's gone now. Oh, I've lobbed it. What did I do with it? I haven't got the strips anymore. I can't go back and smell it. It's kind of jumbled in all of that. Maybe that was the kind of the odd note that was throwing me off. Interesting. No amber listed though. Weird. It came off ambery to me. Maybe it's just an illusion. Mounting standing is still there. Is their take on oud? Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder if it's real oud or whether it's synthetic or an accord. Quite simplistic and understated. I'd agree. A European brand using Japanese aesthetics for marketing kinds of irks me. I know what you mean. They're an offshoot of the, was it Memo Paris brand? I think Memo Paris was founded by 2 women. I might be wrong, I'm pretty sure. And they went off and did Floreku, like Lily says, inspired by Japanese culture. But they're not Japanese, so... Yeah, kind of funny. But they do a beautiful job on the presentation, to be fair. It is quite lovely. I give them props for the bottles. The aesthetic is really very good. Well, that didn't work. Sometimes with this, it goes into like a high octave whistle that I don't know why. And you don't get that low note. See there, I didn't mean to do that, but it did it. I don't know how. I think it's the strength that you blow, but sometimes I can't tell, like, I'm blowing softly, but it still does it sometimes. See, it did it again there. I need practice. Kyle says, I love a lot of Japanese things and I'm white as hell. Is hell white? Have you been? But yeah. Whatever works. I've just spilt water on my leg. Never mind. Do you like the new colour of my wall? This is the first time I did a live stream on this channel where you see my new coloured wall. This used to be dark blue and now it's a kind of a green, forest green, moss green, forest green. I don't know what you call it. It's green anyway. It looks more yellow here. I think it's this lamp. If I turn that off, it's kind of reflecting a bit. It's a nice shade of green anyway. I just noticed it. I love the colour. Thank you. I like the colour too. I'm pretty happy with it. It's kind of dark now I turn the lamp off. More olive now. Yeah, it's kind of a olivey green, foresty green, I would say. That lamp that I just turned on has got yellow bits in it. It's like yellow, pink, orange, green. So it throws out quite an orangey light, which is probably why it kind of makes it look a bit more yellowy. I got very tired of the blue. It was too dark. So the green is nice. I think we've been on for like 2 hours. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Oh man. Okay, well, without stretching the stream, I think I will say goodnight. 2 hours is a hefty chunk of time. So yeah, it was just a random live stream because I've not done a live stream in many a month. I don't remember the last time I did one. It's been, in fact, did I do one? I think I did a live stream when I was in India. Sorry if you can hear my stomach. I ate a ton of pizza at Pizza Hut with the family because my little nephew passed his 11 plus exam and the family was celebrating that he got into a grammar school. And my stomach is stuffed and I think my belly is struggling to digest the intake. So apologies if you hear my stomach rumble. Anyway, yes, I shall bid you adieu, and I will see you soon-ish. I have got loads of notes written. I've done reviews of things to talk about. I just haven't got around to filming them. So anyway, I thought I'd do a live stream and just hang out with people and say hello and smell some random samples. So I'll see you soon with some more fragrance reviews. Okay, good night everyone. Take care of yourselves. Be good. And I will see you soon. Good night everyone.